back and replay this moment. Right? And Morgan, either incorrectly or correctly, says I can't see Rock will be there. First Roman Reigns wrestler.
So, Murphy versus King Baron Corbin. Notable match in the sense that Dominic, took Corbin's foot off the ropes tonight. We're just seeing Mysterio's kind of heelish. Corbin, babyface, question mark?
In any other context, I'd say yes, but
yeah.
Baron is such, this is what I was saying earlier about Phil. He's such a heel, he's such a good job of being a jerk. But you hate him so much that even when people cheat to beat him, you cheer because he does it all the time. So he's got to get a dose of his own medicine.
Yeah, it's sort of like Bugs Bunny was an asshole, but he was still a babyface.
Well, he really was expecting Bugs Bunny. You're right.
Yeah.
He didn't put him on fight all the time.
All the time.
I'm going to fight was fun to shoot him, to be clear, to be fair.
Nimrod is now an insult because Bugs Bunny was sarcastically calling Elmer Fudd Nimrod after, I believe, the Great Hunter and what was it? In the Bible.
That's where the word Nimrod comes from?
Well, Nimrod originally is a biblical figure who was a great hunter. I believe in the Old Testament.
And I would say he's no playground. So I would say Nimrod. I would go for weak right now.
Because Bugs Bunny said it to Elmer Fudd, sarcastically, like Nimrod, oh, you're a great hunter, sarcastically.
Right.
And people took it as an insult, and then Nimrod became an insult.
So why did it take all the way to the skateboarding and TNC surf design surf kick that happened when we were kids? If you remember, it was around the time Judical or Radical.
Judical.
Were really big words, if you remember.
Yeah.
Ladies. That's when I remember hearing Nimrod for the first time.
I remember hearing it as an insult as a kid, and then when I learned the story later, I was like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. Shows the cultural influence of Bugs Bunny.
I always thought Nimrod was a surfer right out back to somebody. That's why I was weak.
Yeah, that's strange. Only Nimrod discussion happening on any wrestling podcast tonight. Guaranteed. So, we saw Biggie, that segment backstage with Sami Zayn. He got the better Sami Zayn, gripping his hand for the shake, keeping it for 10 seconds. I love that he paused on the 5 count and referenced the 5 count.
Big time. That was awesome. That was awesome. Different, right?
This is going to be a really good match. It's going to be a really good feud.
It really will be. Yeah. And you remember, he was doing that.
Yeah.
When he first came in, and they first put him over as a heel, he was doing. Was it a 5 count or was it 4?
No, it was 5. It was with Vicky Guerrero. He was she was his manager. Yeah. Back in NXT. Old NXT, year 1 NXT. But no, I think Biggie, look, it is interesting Sami also dropping that Biggie was Intercontinental Champion before. I'd forgotten that. I always forget that. That was shortly after his debut, right?
Yes, he was.
In the main roster.
Yeah.
But this is going to be good. These promos are going to be great. I mean, Sami is just on fire on the mic. Even the stuff he was doing before the match. With Daniel talking about it's unfair because he's wrestling the day after Thanksgiving, and then he's talking about Thanksgiving and what a corrupt and effed up holiday it is. I mean, and if you follow Sami's Twitter, this is a lot like pure Sami, and I think he makes some valid points more often than not, but I love that he's getting to be him. It's like with the environmental thing that Daniel Bryan was doing. It's like Vince is like, hey, you know that nonsense you're always spouting about, your views and what you believe? Do that.